Two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one, as far I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in these no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads upon way, I doubted if I ever should come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. American poet Robert Frost wrote those words in 1920, capturing the sense of adventure and the sense of feeling of going down the road less traveled, going to where other people have not gone before, and experiencing all that life has to offer. Tonight, however, I'm going to share a different perspective on the road less traveled. That's encapsulated by Bill Bryson, another American author, who said, "You fly off to a strange land, eagerly abandoning all the comforts of home, and then expend vast quantities of time and money in a largely futile attempt to recapture the comforts you wouldn't have lost if you hadn't left at all." I'm going to share a couple stories of some of the many funny and interesting things that can happen along the road less traveled. We'll start with a British anthropologist whose name is Nigel Barrett. Now, Nigel was on a field expedition in Garua, Cameroon, and was meeting one of his American anthropologist friends in the hotel because they wanted to go see a movie. Now, what Nigel did not know was the local zoo did not have enough money to replace the lock on the monkey cage. They had a very simple arrangement with the monkey. He could go out at night and do whatever he wanted to do, as long as he was back in the cage by the morning to entertain the guests. Now, the monkey, having explored a little bit, had found that this hotel was wonderful. He could annoy all the tourists. He could grab their stuff while they were changing for the pool. He could steal their money. He could steal their watches. It was great. They had a great arrangement. So as Nigel and his American friend Bob were sitting by the pool having a drink, out pops the monkey. Now, the hotel staff tried to chase him away by hitting him over the head with a rock. But Nigel thought, that's just not a very nice thing to do to the monkey. So he shooed him away and let the monkey stay there. However, the monkey took a bit of a liking and grabbed a hold of Nigel and wouldn't let go. What do we do? I want to go to the movie, but we have a monkey with his arms wrapped around your neck. Well, Nigel, being the thoughtful guy that he was, says, why don't we just take him with us? It'll be fun. So Nigel took his coat, put it around the monkey, and walked into the movie theater. Now, the movie theater attendant saw this as he was coming in and said, something is wrong here, and started a big negotiation with Nigel. Now, the negotiation was not probably what you expected. You can't bring a monkey into the theater. No. The question was, how much do we charge for a monkey ticket to go to the movie? Now, maybe we could charge him as an adult, or maybe we could charge him as a kid, or maybe we could just give him free since he's not even going to take him a seat. His arms were wrapped around Nigel's neck. So after much negotiation, they decided on, we'll give him a discount children's ticket and let them go in. Now, all was fine and dandy until the monkey took a shining to the woman behind them's red purse and started grabbing at it. So Nigel decided to distract the monkey by buying a mango. Now, the monkey never experienced a mango before. I don't know why, because mangoes are such tasty fruits. You would think monkeys will love them. But the monkey did know what to do with the mango. Grab something and throw it at the other guests. So very soon a food fight broke out because the other guests said, that sounds like fun. I'll throw it back to the monkey. So both monkey and Nigel got plastered with mango until the poor attendant finally had to come in and throw them out of the movie. So they had to sit out and wait for Bob to come back out, head back to the hotel, and deliver the monkey back, where the monkey realized he probably was about time for him to go back to his cage, the only home he'd ever known, and look forlornly back at Nigel, wave bye-bye, and walk back into the woods to go back home, leaving Nigel with a few mango stains on his face and a night he will most definitely never forget. As if that wasn't enough, we have the story of American author Rory, who wanted to make a trip up the Congo River to explore and find out more about the local deity Makole Umbe Umbe. Now, in order to get a permit to go up the river and do his research, he had to go through a cleansing process to make sure Makole Umbe Umbe was satisfied with him for the trip. So his guide Ambrose took him to see the local witch doctor, Fortunato. So he walked in front of Fortunato's hut. Fortunato said, "Deshabille." Those of you who don't speak French means take off all your clothes. Okay, so let's take off his shoes. That's not enough. So pretty soon he was standing there completely naked. All the locals look at, what's up with this goofy white guy who was standing there with no clothes? So waiting for a while, he looks in his head, in the door, and sees a jar, a Fanta jar, the soda, full of some strange gooey liquid, slightly multicolored with a bunch of things in it. Fortunato brings it out, pours the jar on Rory's head, grabs his hands and says, "Hold it," and waits for the goo to go up and down his body. Now what was that stuff that was in there? Well, it turns out that's a whole bunch of insects, because this cleansing process is to let the insects crawl up and down his body and let them take away all of the evil spirits that would offend the god Makole Umbe Umbe. So Rory sits there for a while until the fortune teller finally lets him go, sprints into the river, tries to clean off, but soap and water just isn't enough. So he has to roll in the mud until he can finally get it off. And then finally, fully cleansed, go to apply for his permits. Now, I never found out if he actually got the permits. I certainly hope so. But he was definitely left with a memory to remember along the road less traveled. So I don't know if you feel that these experiences would give you the deprivations of home. But these experiences and others like them will give you something that you will be able to tell your friends forever. And I urge you to experience more of them on the road less traveled. Thank you.